So I think one of the biggest frustrations for a parent is the fact that they will come and say, I'm talking, but no one is listening. And by saying talking, they actually mean they are giving an instruction, but no one is listening. And by listening, they mean they were actually doing it. They're acting on it. Now, I'm just gonna touch on a few pointers regarding how to give a proper instruction. Because sometimes, and in some cases, most of the times, we don't get any action because we are not giving the instruction properly. So I'm only going to talk about a few, because the rest you will know when you do our Evergreen Parenting course, or even our Core Values online parenting course. And all the details will be in the bottom at the end. But you as a parent must know, when you give an instruction, there is what's the word? There is a responsibility on your side on how you give the instruction. Now, first off, you must be okay, and you must understand that you have the authority as a parent to give an instruction. And even though there is a reaction, not an action, a reaction when you give an instruction. Oh, this English. You must know that that is okay. But you won't go to that place where you tiptoe around your child and say things in such a way because you're afraid for the explosion that's going to happen, or the meltdown, or whatever. And for that, you need to know that when you give an instruction, that you tell them to do it, and it's non-negotiable. So if you ask your child, will you please come and pick up the toys? Your child can actually say no. They're allowed to say no because you are asking them a question. But if you tell your child, you must come and pick your toys up right now, then they know this is non-negotiable. It's not a choice. This is an instruction. The other thing that goes hand on hand with this, because we are afraid of how the kids might act when we ask them to do something, is the fact that we won't address or won't say a name. We are just putting it out there, and then we hope that someone will take the initiative. My English is getting better. So that they will go and say, okay, I will do it. So we will say, will someone please come and set the table? And then every child is just like, I'm not someone. Are you someone? Oh no, you're also not someone. And then it ends up no one is setting the table because no one is someone. Okay, try not to get confused. So make sure that you address the child. Say the child's name so that they know you are talking to them, and it's their instruction. It is something that they need to do. And then one of the other things that is just something that we pick up a lot of the time, and that is time. We will ask them, or we will tell them to do something, and then we will leave a pause. For an example, we will tell them, you must go and bath, and it's time for you to take a bath. And then you walk away. Now that child sitting there watching their story is making a pause, or I can't think of the English word now, a comma. And they will just be like, when I feel like it, when my story is finished, before I go to bed, when I smell bad enough, in the next week. So make sure that that instruction is very clear and they know exactly when they need to do it. And sometimes with certain temperament children, you need to let them know how long they have to complete that task. So you need to say, you need to go and clean up your room and you have half an hour to do it. Now make sure that you keep them accountable for that. So set your timer to go and check on that. Because if you're not going to check, they will be like, my mom, she never follows up. So if I don't do it, she won't know it. And if I do it, she also won't know it. But you need to let the child know that they need to be responsible. And when they're given a task, they must complete it. And sometimes there is a time limit, because again, we're busy with a journey of discipleship. I've said it so many times, we're busy up forming our child to be someone's employer or employee one day, or husband or wife or whatever. And that starts from a very young age. So you need to start, and you need to start somewhere. If you need help, all the details are below, and contact us to know more about how to give a correct instruction and so much more.